I'm about to show you a super effective way to remove heavy metals and toxins from your body. Hi, I'm Dr. Zarowski from NewVisionExcel.com. If you're new to the channel, then it is such a pleasure to have you here. Be sure to subscribe and hit the little bell notification if you want to excel your health and your life, and you're going to be on your way. Now, in this video, we're talking about how to use Zeolite for detox, but we're not talking about any type of zeolite here. We're talking about a water-soluble zeolite, which is scientifically proven to systemically cleanse the body. Now, this clinoptilolite zeolite is a molecular sieve which possesses a cage-like structure and a natural negative charge, which is so good at actually binding up those toxins and completely pulling them from the body. There is not a more important time in history than right now to actually make sure that we're pulling toxins from our body on a regular basis, because the average person is coming in contact with hundreds of chemicals on a daily basis, and this bioaccumulation of toxins is causing a lot of issues for people. It's every day that I work with people that have had their lives stripped away from toxic exposures or a condition of unknown origin that they cannot find solutions for. So what we're going to talk about is some of the many toxins that this water-soluble zeolite is actually able to pull from your body, and then we'll talk about some of the other benefits of the water-soluble zeolite. Now, the first major toxin we're going to talk about is heavy metals. Whether it came from dental fillings, whether it came from lead exposure, whether it came from arsenic, or whether maybe it was handed down from your mother, many people are suffering from heavy metal problems. And one of the good things is the way that you can passively pull heavy metals from the body and do it very effectively and safely is by using this water-soluble zeolite. And so when we look at pre-test and post-test, what we're finding is that the water-soluble zeolite is very effective at grabbing those heavy metals and pulling them from the body at a systemic level. See, the thing is that one of the challenges becomes with many detoxes is that it's not pulling them from the brain, and the water-soluble zeolite is able to actually cross into the blood-brain barrier and bind up these toxins and safely pull them out. Next big one is radiation. So, this is a real problem in modern society. So when we look at the radioactive isotopes that attack the body, cesium really likes going after cardiovascular tissue, and strontium really likes going after bone tissue. And when we look at big disasters like Fukushima, the primary mechanism used to clean up those radioactive disasters was clinoptilolite, this water-soluble zeolite. And so when clinoptilolite is used to clean up the radioactive fallout, not only is it great for cleaning up in those instances, but it's also great for cleaning up all these isotopes that are in your own body. Now, whether it's from the food that you're eating or just being, demographically positioned in a place that is actually toxic from these radioactive falls, using a day-to-day passive detoxifier to pull them from your body is going to be very important. Glyphosate. Now, when we look at a major neurotoxin that is highly prevalent in today's society, this is one of them. They spray it all over the food supply. They are spraying it in farm fields. It's in the water systems. It's everywhere, it seems, anymore. And so, even though when you're actually doing a really good job of trying to keep, clean food in your house and stay away from these types of neurotoxins, they still are getting in contact with you. So it's really important to have a way to scientifically pull them from the body and remove them. And when we look at one of the best ways to do it, clinoptilolite is really, really significant. Dr. Huber from Purdue University had said, clinoptilolite is a great way to actually go and bind up this glyphosate and pull it from your body. The next one on our list is Lyme biofilms. If you're someone who suffers from Lyme, then you understand the struggle here. So the water-soluble zeolite is very effective at binding up the Lyme biofilms and the spirochetes, which is the primary issues that come out of Lyme. And what this allows for is a passive remediation of the removal of this toxin. And then this way, people who are even on another Lyme protocol to kill off the Lyme are able to actually follow that protocol without having a Hersheimer reaction, and they're able to get well much faster. Now, people with Lyme, they have to take a higher dose of the water-soluble zeolite to actually get the effects that they're looking for, but either way, it's very effective when it comes to people who are struggling with Lyme. endotoxins. Now, just like heavy metals, water-soluble zeolite is going to bind up those endotoxins, the spores from black mold toxicity, and help remove them from the body. There's so many people who have actually been exposed to black mold and then they struggle for a long time after it. Many people have unknowingly been exposed to black mold and then they don't know where their struggles are coming from when it comes to their health. So using water-soluble zeolite is a great way to passively pull the endotoxins, the black mold spores from the body and help your brain function right and your entire body function correctly. Last if not least on the list is viral particles. You know, how many people are getting viruses? You know, this flu system comes through and everybody is getting sick. And one of the things that has been proven is that the clinoptilolite water-soluble fragments is able to go in and bind up these viral particles and remove them from the body, so that way you're not only going to slow down the viral replication process, but also boost your immune system. Now, this video was done in conjunction and partnership with Vitality Detox Drops. Vitality Detox Drops is a water-soluble zeolite which comes in a little bottle just like this. You know, the great thing about Vitality Detox Drops, first of all, I've used them for years and I find them to be very beneficial when working with the different clients I work with. And the thing is that it's not a kidney detox or a liver detox or a colon detox. It literally is a systemic full body detox. It's able to detox the whole body, including the brain. I'll go ahead and post a link in the description below, so be sure to check them out. Now, we talked about all the different toxins that Vitality can pull from the body. Let's go ahead and talk about some of the other benefits of Vitality Detox Drops. Now, the first major benefit of Vitality Detox Drops and water-soluble zeolite is that it's a true binder. So what it has is a honeycomb-like structure that carries a natural negative charge, and what it does is it sweeps through the body, acting like a magnet and trapping up these toxins, truly binding them up, and then you urinate them out. Now, that is a solution for actually pulling the toxins and removing them from the body once and for all. The next thing that goes along with it being a true binder is that it's passive and gentle. So many different detox agents on the market, what they do is they go in the body and they shake up the snow globe, so to speak. So what they do is they just rattle all these toxins loose and then they're free floating in your blood, and then you have negative detox reactions. What Vitality Detox Drops will do is actually go in and be very gentle, and it only grabs toxins that it's going to pull from the body. So it's not shaking up toxins and leaving them. It's actually grabbing them and literally carrying them out of the body. And so that way you're going to actually avoid having all those different detox reactions, and it's going to be passive and it's going to be very gentle. The next big thing is increased cell hydration. Now, when I talk about detox, I always talk about increasing cellular fluidity. And this is done by actually removing toxins from the cell, removing toxins from the binding sites. And so when we increase this cellular fluidity by increasing cellular hydration, what happens, we're able to get more nutrients into the cell. We're actually able to get more nutrients to the mitochondria. We're able to make the DNA function properly. We're able to actually make the mitochondria function well. And then when the mitochondria functions well, it's able to actually produce energy for your body like it's supposed to. And that is a real solution for true day in and day out energy. Now, next one is increased nutrient absorption. Now, when we look at increasing cellular nutrition and increasing nutrient absorption, it's very important not only do that we actually have that increased cell hydration so the nutrients are traveling in and out, but the one thing that's really cool about water-soluble zeolite is it's actually able to actually grab the nutrients and carry them to where it's most needed in the body and then drop them off. Now, the other thing it's going to do is it's actually going to knock those toxins off the binding sites. So if there's toxins that are attached to the binding sites, the body's not able to actually absorb the nutrients properly. So that's when we start to have malabsorption, and no matter how many nutrients we're taking, the body's not getting them. Now, the same goes even for hormones. If you actually want hormones to function correctly, they need to be heard. So if we pull the toxins off the different binding sites, then the hormones can actually be heard by the body, and then you have a solution for not only nutrient absorption, but proper hormone balance and so much more. Now, last if not least, one of the great things about Vitality Detox Drops is that it's simple and easy to use. One of the things that's so confusing about all these different detoxes out there is they become so convoluted with all the capsules and timing them right. Vitality Detox Drops is simply this little bottle of solution here, and you take 10 drops of water-soluble zeolite in the morning and 10 drops in the afternoon, and you go ahead and you let Vitality do the rest. Now, if you're someone who is trying to determine whether or or not you're toxic or not, be sure to check out my video on the signs and symptoms of toxicity. You know, if you also are someone who believes that you've been exposed to some of these different issues here, or you match some of those different signs and symptoms, be sure to click on the link below and check out Vitality Detox Drops. It's been an answer for so many people, and it could be an answer for you too. Now, other than that, folks, be sure to give the video a thumbs up. If you have any questions, post in the comment section below, and check out my other videos on detox. And then until next time, folks, make it a great day.